Hey yo, what's up? So I'm gonna be making an RTA tier list for 3.1.9. This one right here was on patch 3.1.3, which was a really long time ago. I think this was with the release of Abigail. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up from where I left off. There's gonna be a few changes, and yeah, let's get into it. I'm also gonna be playing some warm-up match until I get into Masters, hopefully. First thing, I gotta say this. This is purely from my experience and also my opinion on how their kit is going to work in RTA. Some of them I don't have experience, but I look at their kit and I judge based on whether they can work or not in RTA. And also thanks to TT1V9, 1V9. Damn, what a name. For making this tier list. And the way I'm gonna be ranking this Espers is based on for summonable legendary. I'm only gonna go up to R2. I'm not gonna go up to any higher than R2 because that's not realistic for free play, or well, basically free to play, right? Unless it's Gabriel, Lucas, or those that you can farm. And for net 4s that isn't Shimmer, I'm going to rank them based on R6. And for Shimmer net 4, I'm gonna base on R0 as well. And for Shimmer Legend, it's at R0. Hopefully I don't get too sidetracked when I'm playing the PvP. Alright, the first meta shift, I'm gonna go from top to bottom. And I'm really sorry for someone that I'm going up against if I happen to be AFK or something. So the first one I'm gonna be changing. The placement is going to... One second. Okay, I think I'm just gonna let it auto pick for me. The first one I'm gonna be changing is Anesidora. She's now not meta. I'll put her in good for now. I think she's pretty good, but I don't think she's meta. I'm gonna be bumping down JJ. I don't think he's meta anymore. He's kind of a counter pick to cleave teams. He doesn't quite work in like full tank teams because most of the fight he doesn't really do much. Like in this one, I'm probably gonna get wrecked. Wait, what? Why did you start with that one? Okay, never mind. Tricky. I don't think Tricky is that meta anymore. I think he's more of a counter pick if the enemy picks Gabriel. So he's gonna be bumped down purely because he is a one-trick pony. After he uses his S3, he doesn't really offer anything else aside from chopping down the cleanser. That's if the enemy has any cleansers. I'm just gonna auto this guy, bro. That's if the enemy has a cleanser. If the enemy doesn't have a cleanser, then he pretty much does nothing after he S3s. But he's still good because he is one of the best buff stripper currently in the game. So yeah, he's gonna go down a tier, but he's still really solid. This is probably gonna be really controversial. Oh man. I'm gonna bump down Hyde. I don't think he is... Don't get me wrong, he is really extremely powerful if you have him at high reso, but if you have him at 0 dupe like me, then I don't think he's really that good. My Hyde does no damage. He is so squishy. He's really weak if you have him at low reso, and I think at reso 2 is where he gets the 40% crit damage. He gets the 40... Dude, I just realized this guy doesn't even have full level 60 team. Yeah, at R0 he's really weak. At R2 is where he gets the crit damage, but that's still not enough. He really needs the reso for stats, basic stats at R3 and R4. Sorry, at R3 and R5. So he really needs that R3 and R5 effect because he gets that additional basic stats. That's when he gets really tanky and he hits enough to kill the enemies. But if the enemy has a healer and if you have an R0 Hyde, that Hyde is just going to die when the HP or the healing gets reduced to 0. So Hyde is going to go down a tier because I'm not going to be ranking him at high resort. Gabriel, I think Gabriel is going to stay at meta. She got even better than the last time because the reso system really did her well. She got a 3-turn buff, immunity buff. She got more multi-hits for the Tyranny of Zeus. She got more damage. Yeah, she's just overall just a better unit. So I'm just gonna leave her at meta. Abigail, in my opinion, the second best unit currently in the game. The first best, you probably guessed it already, but I'm not gonna get into spoilers. But Abigail, one of the best units right now. She's basically 100% pick, even though I didn't pick her because I'm going up against a control team. But she is a really safe pick. She is really strong. Her shield is so busted in PvP because it doesn't weaken over time. The thing that weakens over time is healing, and I think some shield does weaken over time, but for some reason her shield doesn't, and her shield scales off her max HP and it scales off the target's diminished HP, and she also gives a defense up. The shield is so fucking insane, man. And she also revives with 100% AP. That, man, she's so broken. But her reso sucks, which is a good thing. She's good at R0. She's broken at R0, which is a good thing. That's what you like to see. Fabrice is going to stay at very good. Controlling the turn order is pretty busted, especially in RTA, and he also has invincibility buff, which is one of the best buff you can get in RTA. He has really low cooldown. He gives speed up with his reso. I don't have him at R6. Unfortunately, I didn't farm him. I got lazy, but he's going to stay at R. Very good. Unas. Oh my. You know what? For Unas, I'm gonna wait a bit. This guy, I think I'm gonna be bumping him down. I don't think he's really that good anymore. He's good, but he's not very good. Yeah, that's just better Aspers. 3 stars with the reso system. They got done really dirty. Yeah, I don't think he's a good pick anymore. I just found out about one thing about him is that his S3 doesn't even work on Junior Yao. I actually tried him out in PvP, trying to counter a Junior Yao comp, but it just doesn't work. And then we have Raven. I think Raven is going to stay. Let's put her in good for now. Put her in the front spot so I don't forget. Cleave team has really fallen off, but I think with Raven, she could still work. She could still make the Cleave teams work in RTA. So for now, I'm gonna put her in good, but might change later. Clara is going to stay, I think, in very good. She's really good. Even though healing has been nerfed in PvP, it diminished a lot faster. TA is going to bump down. Particularly is because Cleave teams is not really that good, but she's not really used for Cleave teams anymore. Previously, you could use her for Cleave team and also control team. Now you can only use her for control teams because Cleave teams they're really unreliable now. So yeah, she's gonna drop 1 tier. Oof, the most controversial one, probably. I don't know, man. Maybe people will agree with me, but he's going to go in good. I don't think he's meh. I think he's still pretty strong. Ggez is still pretty good, but one thing though, his cleave potential has really dropped down. He still has some uses as like a buff stripper, which is pretty good, but then again, there's better buff stripper out there, and he is also on a weird typing because flow types in PvP is just struggling right now. Ashley is going to go down 1 tier again because cleave teams have really fallen off in RTA, but she's still pretty good in like a control team as like a side DPS unit. Control teams are still very reliable in RTA, but as a DPS or as a cleave unit, she has really fallen off. Elliot, I think I'm gonna bump down Elliot. He's really not that good as much. It's not that much better as I thought he was going to be, because when I watched Daddy Free to Play's video, even at R6, his S3 can be resisted if he misses the attack, which is so dumb. He's been kind of weak pretty much all along. Bardon, I think, is going to go in meh tier. Again, 3-star unit. Very big downfall in the game in general because the reso system is pretty shit on them. Jan, I think Jan is also going to go down, basically just because she's a 3-star. Asenath as well is going to go down in meh tier. She does nothing pretty much. She's only going to be providing AP push, some healing, which is not going to do much, and her S1 sucks. She's really not going to do much in PvP. Lin Xiao going to go down 1 tier. Cleave team is pretty bad right now. Dude, let me not auto this real quick. I'm losing against like this type of comp. What the fuck, bro? There's no way. Let's see. Pritzker, I think Pritzker is going to move up to very good. He's so goddamn annoying now, bro. He's just so strong in PvP right now. Yeah, he's so strong in PvP right now. I think he deserves a spot higher right now. Oh, fuck this guy, bro. Boom. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Pritzker is just so strong. He even works against a Jin Yuyao comp. If that Jin Yuyao isn't R6, yeah, because that cooldown reduction is so brutal, man. He has a 3-turn basically cooldown increase, which is so busted. Yeah, he has an AP pushback, he has a stuns, he has a slow at R6. Yeah, just really good. Sander is going, no wait, not yet Sander. Lucas I think is going to be very good. He still works against a Clara. The one that he doesn't work against is like if you're going up against a Jin Yao, if that Jin Yao isn't like R6 or something. And also sometimes has a little bit of trouble against Gabriel, but aside from that, he's really good. He has a stun machine. He controls just the whole board. He's just so insane, man. I think Sander is going to stay. What the? Yo! Missed! What is this? What am I looking at? Oh man, bro, you slacking. Okay, enough trolling. Sander, he's going to stay in good. He is very situational. If you're going up against a wind heavy unit, which is kind of the meta right now, the tricky hide and everything, he's really good. But if you're not, then he kind of sucks. So yeah. Next is going to be Suhua. I think Suhua is going to be bumped down. She doesn't really offer much anymore. The one that's useful in her kit is just the invincibility. The attack up is not really not that important in PvP right now, because most people are just going to run like a bruiser comp, which is not really reliant on attack buff. Ooh, I nearly fucked up right there. Yo, what is this? What the? Oh man, I'm dead, bro. What is that? Oh my god. Oh man, counter rune is so dumb, man. Fuck this game. I'm out. Ophelia, I think, is still pretty good. Single target damage dealers are still really strong. I think they actually went up, but not really went up a tier. They are still situational. You can't really bring them in all matches. They're not gonna work in all matches. Dahlia, I might bump her down now that Cleave is really weak. Nah, I'm not gonna bump her down. I think she's still good as an AP pusher. She's like the second best. Am I right? I think, yeah, 25%. I think she's the second best. First best is Unas. She's still a really good AP pusher. She has a pretty good stun skill. Yeah, but she's mostly been reduced to like an AP pusher to enable your like control comps so that you can control easier. Sienna, I think she's going to bump up into very good. She's just so strong right now in PvP. With the cooldown reduction that she received in 3.1.7, if I'm not mistaken. With her R2 giving like 3 turns of attack buff and stuff, I think she's really good right now. Odette, I think she's going to go down a tier. She really doesn't offer much. She's just like a stunner. Like if you have a Jin Yuyao, maybe you can make her work. But aside from that, she's really struggling right now in PvP. And then Nick, I think Nick is going to... he's gonna go in meh, I think. Silence is just a terrible debuff. The silence enemy still can use their S1, and most of the S1 are still pretty busted. You're not really doing much, just silencing their S3. So yeah, I think silence is really not that good. Zhongnan as well is going to go in meh tier. Bonnie is going to go up a tier. Bonnie is actually pretty good. Strip, cooldown. Actually, no. Am I that crazy? Nah, I think I'm gonna put her a good tier. She's okay. Her stun is very unreliable because I think it's only like a 30% chance of across 4 hits. So unless you have her like Zeus relic, that stun is not going to proc as much as you think. Alright, the next shift, I think, in my opinion, is going to be Lewis. He's going to go up a tier. I think he's pretty good right now. He is a really strong single target nuker. Very strong actually. So yeah, he's really solid right now in the meta. In RTA, it's a bit harder to make him work because you need like Fabrice or maybe something like, if not Fabrice, then Abigail. You're gonna have to bring either Fabrice or Abigail. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to make him work. But he's still pretty good because he can one-shot one one character. And then now he also gains an invisibility on his S3 when he kills someone. So yeah, he's gonna gain up a tier. Sally's pretty good right now. She's also going to provide damage reduction. Damage reduction doesn't weaken over time. So yeah, that's just a good thing. Oh, I actually made it to Masters. I don't think there's any more shift. Alright, I'm gonna explain the twins a bit. I don't think the twins are good in RTA unless you can make them force ban a unit. So if you have like a Fengnuxi, then the twins could work. But if you don't have like an insta ban character like a Fengnuxi, or I don't know, maybe R6 Jinyu Yao or something like that, then they're really bad, because the red twin is terrible in RTA. He offers nothing. The white twin is okay. He's a bit better than red twin in RTA. Both of them, if you run both of them, they can be really good. But then again, you need to force out. You need them to ban out, not the red twin or the green twin for them to work. He is going to get a bump up. My main gripe about this guy was his speed was just terrible. He has a 90 something speed, 91 speed in pre 3.1.7. so now he has a bump up like, I don't know, 90 something. His speed went up by a bit, which I think is okay now. She is going to go up as well. Poison can work. She also has some form of AP control, which maybe, I mean, if you trying to run a goofy air comp, maybe that could work. And then now we get into the new espers that I have ranked. Brewster is going to go up. I think he's going to go up into good tier, not in very good tier. He's a very good single target nuker, but Lewis is also the same. He's also pretty good single target nuker, but that's all they do. One counter from Everett puts them at like 1 health. so yeah, it's a bit hard trying to run a DPS right now. And then we have Dalen. I think Dalen's okay, meh at best. Gabriel is just such a powerhouse in RTA right now, so bringing Dalen, not really a bad idea, but it's also, you have better options. Maybe not even going for strip, instead going for anything else other than Dalen could be better. So, Everett is going to go, I think I'm gonna put him at very good, or maybe good. I'm still not sure. I think I'm gonna put him at very good for now. He's very easily counted by like controllers like Lucas. Actually nah, I'm gonna put him at very good, because if you bring an immunity, he's just a monster. If you can't control him, then yeah, he's just going to stand there, counter your units to hell, and each of his counters it's just so brutal, man. His counters hurt more than height, from my experience anyways. And it also applies like miss rate up, which is so brutal. 2-turn miss rate up, and he also heals everyone. So yeah, his counters are really good, but if you don't have an immunity, then he kind of falls off. Fatum sisters, the Scrotum sisters, they're gonna go, I think they're okay in RTA, maybe good. Nah, I'm gonna put TA at good. TA is a better stunner. You can use her as speed lead, but the Scrotum sisters, they don't really do much aside from like that 1 AP push, and then that second skill that has like a billion turn cooldown or some shit. Fengnuxi, man, you already know, man. Fang Pussy, alright, there we go. That's her right there. No explanation needed. It's just Feng Pussy, man. She is going to go in good. I think she's pretty good. She is a stunner that has a stun skill. She is a poison that has stun, AoE stun, slow, and attack break. She's okay, can work in some comps. Intisar is also going to go in good, I think, in my opinion. She is a very strong single target nuker. The only problem with Intisar is she is AoE, and if you look at this tier list, this guy probably has counter rune. This guy probably has counter runes that's going to counter and then put a stun on her because she put attack break on him. This guy doesn't work without a counter rune, so you can expect 100% he's going to have a counter rune. This guy doesn't even need counter runes, and he can counter your Intisar to shit. So that's her only problem. But the good thing is she has stealth, which means she can't be targeted first. Yeah, I think that's the only good part about her. And she does pretty good single target damage. But her S2 is kind of whack. Kind of Wackington, to be honest, in PvP. Meredith! Oh my god, the free-to-play unit. I'm gonna put her at very good single target nuker that also heals, gives speed up, has a single S1 that strips, and also has an S2 that heals. But mainly, her main selling point is the S3 that does HP percent damage. So if you build her like 80,000 HP, you can actually pop off. I'm really sorry about that. I knocked my phone. Yes, my phone. I'm using my microphone as my phone. That's a top tier professional YouTuber right there. Yunchuan is going to go in meh tier. He is so bad, man. It's so hard to make him work. Even in point war, you really need tricky for him to work. And in warm-up match, if your stripper gets banned out, then Yunchuan is just a sitting duck doing absolutely nothing. And even if you can't put up an immunity, his follow-ups doesn't even do that much damage. It does at best 20k maybe. And if you can get all of your espers to move, so let's say 3 espers, you might do 60k. That might not actually kill, because now everyone has like 100,000 HP. Trying to take like 3 espers turns in a row is kind of hard, because you need Yunchuan to be at like a billion speed, and also build him like damage, so that he actually does damage on his dog. So yeah, he's going to go meh, probably even meh, maybe even bad, but I'm not gonna do him that dirty. This guy, yeah, the same concept with Fabrice and Abigail controlling AP, and this guy controls AP and HP at R2, and I'm gonna be basing it off R2, just like I said. It's just so strong, man. It's really good. I haven't faced him all that much. I think if I faced him once at R2, but I banned him because I don't want all that shit, so I just banned him. But I think he's going to be very meta. It's just that people don't summon for him because he's pretty trash everywhere else. Yeah, that's my opinion why he's not seen much use. He's really garbage in every aspect of the game aside from RTA. Maybe Point War and maybe Hollow Battle, he's okay there. Okay, this guy, he has like a stun on his S3. I think he's pretty good. He's going to go up in good tier. Pairs pretty well with Changji or CJ. He has an, what's his name again? Danielle. Okay, Chiron. He has a S3 that stuns and also AP push if he fails to stun, which is okay. Shield though, again, shield I think doesn't diminish in PvP because Abigail's doesn't. So this shield could actually be busted, and he also gains an extra turn, so he can cycle the shield pretty well. So you could technically just drag out the fight way longer than it should, and just whittle down the enemy if the enemy doesn't have any shield characters. So yeah, he's going to go in good. I haven't seen much use of him, but his kit seems okay. He has a silence, he has a shield, and he has a stun. I think that wraps up the tier list. One more thing. Okay, I think that's about it. I think this is pretty obvious. Feng Pussy is pretty busted right now. 4 hits of Dispel and then 2 hits of cooldown increase, and then she has a full cooldown decrease on one ally with an AP push, a speed up, and AoE pushback on her S1. Why does this character even exist in DISLYTE? The fuck if I know, bro. meta right now, I can't really put him in meta because you don't really see much use of him, but I think he's going to be meta. His R2 is just insane. I think that's about it. Maybe nah. I think that's about it. The meta right now is really weird. I think people are just trying out what works and what doesn't. Yeah, let me know what you think of the tier list. I'm a bit skeptical of my own tier list actually because I wasn't even paying attention. But I think it's okay. It looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think that's it. Ciao.